What's going on, traders? It's Mighty Boy back at you again with another trading recap video of the $2,000 small account challenge that I've been doing for about a week and a half now. And in today's trading session, we are green. And for that, booyah. Yes. Booyah. All right, so pretty excited because I thought I was actually going to close the day red at some point. So came back, closing strong 500 on the day. As you guys can see right here, it said I traded 71,000 shares, but that is incorrect. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get chow down on a commissions today. So as you guys can see, I only traded about like 300, 400 shares, so there's no way I traded that much. I've already contacted customer service on TradeZero. So now that's out of the way, let's talk about today's trading session. Today's trading session was really slow out of the gate, very quiet. Nothing really pushed. Most of them didn't give entries. Near the end of the day, there were a couple of earnings that went up, and Tesla's today big unveil about the battery. Those kind of things kind of ignited the market a little bit, and there were a couple of trades that I took that led me to finish the day up $565 on the day. All right, let's just go right ahead and talk about some of the stocks that I traded. The first one was BLNK, as you guys can see. Now, BLNK was a pre-market gapper. It went from $7 all the way to $9. And the reason why it went up was because they have sales and deployments of 539 electric vehicle charging stations across 24 states. So that was the reason why the price went up. As you guys can see, I had an early start right here of 200 shares, right? The reason why I had to start at 200 shares is because I was looking at the daily chart, and the trading plan was I had 600 shares, already in 200 shares here, the low nines, and I was going to add as it's coming into this area where 1050, 1030 area is, right? So that was my ultimate risk level, and also the price level, what I'm looking at to trade off of, right? So that was the trading plan. What ended up happening was market open. This thing did not push up to give me those ads to add in more shares. The one thing that I did that was correct was I stayed disciplined and I went in per plan. So my plan to add was if it comes to this 1030, 1040 areas, it didn't give me that, so I didn't chase this thing down. If I chased this thing down with major size, right, with all in, I would have been, in a world of hurt when this thing bounced. So this is precisely why you have a starter position. In case if this thing doesn't go up to give you the edge that you want to go, if this thing rolls over and washes out, you don't chase it. You don't chase it, but you still make enough money to cover those locate fees, commission fees, and give you a little bit of profit. So that was the first one. I traded a bunch of stocks that did pretty much nothing. I took them for $1, $50, $30 loss, $3 gains, pretty much nothing. The major ones, we'll just skip through and go through the major ones. Let's get the next one is BDR. Let's look at BDR. BDR here. BDR right here was pretty much a parabolic move into that, and I shorted into this, and as you guys can see right here, I had covered right there. I was out at the low ones, and this thing washed out all the way to the 80s, right? So I pretty much missed out a lot of the gains right there, but still managed to make like $51 on it. Not bad. The next one that I traded was PNTG. As you guys can see, this thing, same thing. It went up. And then I had an early start. I wanted to add into this 42 because if you guys look at the daily chart, this 42 area was the resistant level. So I wanted to add into that 42 level, and I was saying to my mate who's trading next to me, I'm going to add into that 42, but I was having a chat in the chat room, and I completely missed it. This move into that, I completely missed it. I wanted to add into that, but I didn't get to add, so I had to start taking profits. And when it came up here, I added and took profit. It wasn't a big one. I made about almost $80 on it. And then I traded a little bit SRNE, just chop. The next one that I traded that I made $100 was CMPS. All right, CMPS, as you guys can see, it went parabolic, had a starter, and as it's washing out, I covered into that. The reason why I took this trade is pretty much because if you guys see this, it looks very extended. I mean, it looks very extended, and it looked like it probably couldn't support that this parabolic right here. As you guys can see, it looks very unsustainable. It looked like it could watch. So I waited for a level 2 weaknesses. When I saw those level 2 weaknesses and a little bit of sell, boom, I jumped right in, and then I made about $100 out of that. The next trade that I took was SFIX. Now this one was out of SFIX. This one was aftermarket. It was an aftermarket trade. It was earnings, right? It was an earning call. It went up. I was looking at the volume. The first was green candle that really pushed it. Second, red. That was an indication for me to get in. I jumped in, started taking profits as it goes down. As you guys can see, I was completely out, assuming that would hold as support level. But no, I got out around 31.60. This thing went all the way to $36. So I missed out on a big opportunity. And I was in a decent size as well. My average right here was at $33. So from 33 to, that was a $9 moves. On 300 shares, that would have been, almost a, 3,000, 2,700 bucks gain. But what I did was I waited for this to bottom, and I went long a little bit, and then I made a little bit of money on it again. The next trade that I took was pretty much that was it. The rest, as you guys can see, $7, $5 chops. Lose $6 and gain $5. Nothing interesting. I hope you guys will be able to see the live trading videos of the actual trades that matter, not the chops. And one other thing, if you guys find this video somewhat informative, if you gain something from it, or if it's entertaining, make sure you like it and subscribe. So that way it kind of helps me grow the account and put out more educational content for you guys. And also, if you guys want to trade in with me, I'll put my Discord link down below. Just go click on it. It's free, no charge. It's like-minded people sharing trading ideas. There's no alerts or anything like that. None of that bullshit. Just a solid trading ideas, for people to kind of share it and come up with a trading plan. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoy the live trading video. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Alright, guys, welcome to the live trading part of this video. As you guys can see, I am in 200 shares of BLNK. Now, the trading plan for this particular stock was I wanted this to push to the 1030, 1050 area because I was using that level as a risk and also as a guide to trade off of. There were a lot of bag holders on a yearly chart and a solid resistance level on that. So I had an early starter pre-market 200 shares, and I wanted to add 400 shares more as this is pushing up to that 1040, 1030 areas, right? But as you guys can see, it didn't give me that opportunity to add. So what I do not do is chase the ad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back and just take a profit for the 200 shares that I had started with. And the reason why I have this amount of starter is precisely for this reason. You locate it, market opens, and it washes out, it rolls over, and it goes without you. You're not missing. So you cover in yourself whatever you paid for commission and also a little bit of profit. That's why it's really important to have those starter amount of shares, right? It just covers you for the cost that you paid to borrows and commissions. So the smartest thing to do in this kind of situation is do not add, do not chase stocks that are going down. If you have a plan to add at a certain level, you gotta respect that. Unless it comes to that level, do not add. So I'm just gonna fast forward here. As you guys can see, I had already taken 100 shares up there. I am up almost 60 bucks on it, and I just took another 50 shares. I'm holding only 50 shares more. So it's unfortunate it didn't give me the ad that I was looking for, but sometimes with trading, this is how it goes. You sit down and you miss out, and that's fine. You have to respect your rules and do not add on levels where you weren't planning on adding at the first place, right? So just stick to the rules and stick to your plans, right? So have a plan if the stock does what you want it to do, and have a plan if the stock does what you don't want it to do, or what you're thinking it shouldn't do, then have a plan for all those things. So when something happens, you're not surprised. You can just react per the plan. As you guys can see, I'm just holding 50 shares, almost $65 up on it. Just gonna fast forward here. Alright guys, so as you guys can see here, I am completely out for a $65 profit in this particular trade. The reason why I'm taking it down here is because it looks like it's holding up and it could potentially bounce from here. Alright guys, the next trade that I took was PTGN, and this one was almost closed. It went higher, parabolic, with the news was earnings. It was an earnings call. The volume wasn't solid. It wasn't bringing a lot of volume. I didn't think, I was listening to Benzinga Pro and stuff like that, and I didn't think the earnings were great. That's part of the reason why I had short here, this parabolic move. So it's parabolic with a very not a decent earnings. So that's the major reason why I'm looking at it. But I'm focused on my risk management. As you guys can see, I am down $100 on it. That puts me only $44 up on the day. So it's a bit tough, but I'm sitting on it and I'm trying to see what this is gonna do. So it looks like it's going against me. I am down almost $300 on it. That puts me almost $130 down on a day, which is fine because I am actually looking at that 42 area to add, because that's the level where the resistance is at on a yearly chart, right? So those are the levels that I'm watching. I'm also at this time just having a chat in the chat rooms, and I'm not paying attention to this particular trade. So right here, I'm contemplating, should I take a little bit of, take half here to kind of minimize the risk level, at least 100 shares, or what's the go? Because I'm looking at the hold levels, and I don't want this thing to skip on my face into a hold, right? But I have a plan to add. Originally, this 42.50, 42 area was the area that I was really paying attention to. As you guys can see, I'm down $600, $700 on it at the moment. And it went to that 42 bucks, and it looked like it's pulling down from there. Now this would be a perfect adding spot right here, but looking at that hold level, and I'm a little bit worried if this goes into a hold, it could open out a hold and skip up more, right? The other thing that I'm also paying attention to is the volume, how the volume is gradually decreasing. It's not increasing. People are not coming and buying it. The volume is decreasing. Now it looks like it's pulled back to the 40-50 area, 40 low 40s, which is good, and I'm seeing red on that candle. Now that candle is a rejection candle right at the peak. As you guys can see, it's reversed. So that's an indication for me. There's sells right there. I should have added into that per plan, but I didn't, because the hold level, the main reason why I didn't add is because I thought it could potentially skip into a hold level, and if I'm in with 600 shares and this stuff goes into a hold, then I might be in trouble. So that's the main thing I'm gauging. I'm just gonna skip forward here a little bit. All right, as you guys can see, I survived that one. I took a little bit of profit. I skipped a bit too much, I think. Yep, right here, I'm only holding 100 shares. I've already sold the 200 shares, and I am completely out of that trade for pretty much not a lot of profit, maybe about 100 bucks or so. And I am $234 up on the day. All right, this trade, I took this trade after market. Same thing happened. It was an earnings call. As you guys can see, it's just going parabolic. I'm paying attention to the volume. It's 400,000 volume right here. It's an increasing. I'm gauging for that, and I'm thinking about having to start a short here. So I'm looking at the level 2. Boom. I'm trying to get in when I'm seeing that weakness. If you guys have seen, pay attention to that time and sales. There was a lot of prints that went in that marked the almost kind of the backside, right? So I'm not chasing this thing down. I'm sitting where I am and I'm praying it would feel me, and I am in. So I'm just waiting to take profit. I'm putting in fantasy orders. That means orders at a price where I want to cover at. So as it dramatically drops, like say, it would cover me. As you guys can see, I took already half, and now I'm holding only half, 150 shares. Alright guys, in case if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe my channel. It would really help me, put out better content. As you guys can see, I'm out of the position totally, and I am up $522 on a day. And that was a good trade. It brought me from 200 bucks, 230 to $527. So that this is a decent gain for me on a day. For the account size, $500 gain per day is pretty good. Alright guys, I really appreciate you watching. Please like the videos if it helped you out a little bit, or if you find it entertaining. Subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.